Okay, so hello everyone. I'm Galang Buana Gangga with the student number 2510731010. Uh, Today I will make another video assignment. I'm pretty sure this is the last week, or maybe there's another week. I don't know. And today we will talk about sociolinguistic and then anthropolinguistic and ethnolinguistic. So first of all, I would like to say get well soon if you guys got cerebral in the flood recently. Yeah, let's get to the video. Oh yeah, I'm at my friend's place right now. Do you want to say hi?
Hello.
That's Reza,
Hello.
and that's Ibnu. Okay.
How
Now
can people recognize them with their hands, bro?
there's also Wisnu. Okay, let's get to the material. The first one that we are going to talk is what? Sociolinguistic. Sociolinguistic is a study that focuses on language and social context. The goal to learn sociolinguistic is to understand why people speak differently to another people based on the different situation and how the language expresses the identity. And there's language variation in them. This is the way people change how they speak depending on who they talk to. For example, you will talk kindly and then soft to your parents, and you will talk loudly with your friends, and you will talk respectfully with your parents. Yeah, and your teachers. Things like that. That is language variation. And the second one is regional and social dialects. This is a difference in vocabulary, pronunciation, and also grammar based on the geographical areas. For example, the dialects in Padang is different from the dialects in Payakumbuh. And the next one we have style shifting. Style shifting is how people switch between the formal style and the informal style. And they also adjust their politeness, respect, and solidarity. Then we have bilingual and also diglossia. Yeah, bilingual is the ability to talk, to use two languages. Meanwhile, diglossia is when you use higher priority of language when talking to official purposes and allow variety for everyday life. So, for example, if you are talking with your teachers, your lecturers, you would use some high language. But if you are talking with your friends, you would just use your everyday life vocabulary.
That's right. That's right.
And the next one is code choices. This is how people choose which language or variety to use, it depending on the identity, relationship, and the setting. For example, uh, in my hometown, people mainly speak Minangese in their home, and then they will use Indonesian in school. Yeah, that is code choice. So yeah, that is sociolinguistic. The next one we have anthropolinguistic. Anthropolinguistic is the study that focuses on learning language and human culture. So anything that have a connection between human culture and language is included in anthropolinguistic. So the first one we have language as a cultural product. So if you have a culture, it would evolve your language from cultural practices. For example, like rituals, kinship terms, and then things like that. And the next one is language, identity, and lived experience. This is how people differentiate their language in daily life and then in ceremonies, beliefs, and daily activities. So the language that they use for ceremony and for beliefs is different from the language that they use in their daily activities. And then the next one we have language and worldview. Just like the name, it studies mainly how cultural groups categorize their group so that they can understand the world through their own language. And the last one we have language and human social evolution. It studies how language are developed alongside human society and social organization. So the language that we use today is actually a development from the language hundreds of years ago. That is one of the example. And the last one we have ethnolinguistic. Ethnolinguistic is kind of similar with anthropolinguistic, but ethnolinguistic mainly studies about the ethnicity. The first one we have language as ethnic identity. Each ethnic group has their own linguistic uniqueness that reflects their identity. For example, as a Minangese, obviously they will use Minang in their home or maybe in the market, but in official places like school, university, they would mainly use Indonesian. That is one of the examples. The next one we have cultural meaning systems. It specifics on the traditional experience. There are some specific vocabulary and also some traditional expressions. And the next one we have oral tradition, such as storytelling, myths, legends, and then chants, and some rituals maybe. For example, like Malin Kundang, that is spread through oral, that is oral tradition. And the last one we have language and community rules. If you are talking about language and ethnicity group, obviously there are some do's and don'ts in ethnic groups. For example, you have to speak polite to the elders there, and then there are some speech taboos, and then some ritual speech, and some community norms too. And if you are in one of the ethnic group, you have to follow those rules. That is language and community rules. Maybe that's it for this video. Thank you for watching. I'm sorry if I cough a lot because it hasn't been gone yet. I hope that it will be gone soon. So yeah, see you in the next video. Bye bye.